your favorite self. Not your best or your highest self. Be the self you like the most right now. Let's consider something peculiar about how we live our lives. We're constantly bombarded with the idea of being better, becoming the best, the highest, the most optimized version of ourselves. And it sounds noble, doesn't it? It seems to suggest some ultimate pinnacle of existence. Like spending your life climbing to the top of this mountain and finally declaring, "Here I am. I've finally arrived." But have you ever stopped to think where you're trying to arrive? Who is this highest self you're chasing after? And why must it always be some distant version of you? Someone you're not yet, but could be someday. It's a curious thing, because while there's virtue in trying to better yourself, chasing the so-called best self often leads us to overlook the great person we already are. And here is a little secret. Your most profound joy won't come from striving for some imagined perfection. It comes from embracing the you that feels the most alive, the most real, the most you in this moment. If you spend your time focusing on being your favorite version of yourself, then what's going to happen is you are going to become your best self. Because by being your favorite, you're expressing those unique qualities which are only yours and will allow you to become the best expression of you. It's not about sculpting something that doesn't already exist. It's about noticing the self you enjoy being, appreciating them, and trying to spend more time as them. Think about it this way. You don't look at a tree and ask, "Why aren't you taller? Why aren't you stronger? Why don't you fix that one branch that's gnarled and curved?" In fact, we do quite the opposite. We admire that gnarled and curved branch the most, because it is a unique expression of this tree's place in the universe. This tree found a space that the rest of nature hadn't occupied and made its place there. Now that is truly unique. Nothing else can do it right now. Just that tree. So isn't that the best expression of that tree, after all? The expression that allowed the tree to get more sunlight, to be more well-fed, to grow more leaves. And don't you think that would be this tree's favorite expression of itself? The one who's getting the most light, the most cared for, the most fulfilled, in the life of a tree, that is. And that's why I love this idea of spending more time as your favorite self. It seems far more fun, far more liberating, doesn't it? And there's all those elements of discipline, self-awareness, and virtue that come with chasing the best self too. Because the version of you that you like the most right now is most likely going to change over time. As you grow, as you experience new things, the version of you that feels the most authentic isn't always going to be the same. Of course, we all have threads in ourselves that seem to last across time. But consider that when you were a kid, your favorite self might have been the version that ran around and danced and screamed and shouted. As an adult, you might appreciate a little more peace and quiet. Though maybe not. As it goes, that's up to you to decide. So I encourage you, stop trying to be the best at everything. Start being your favorite at everything. If you do, I guarantee you're going to find joy. You're going to feel this lightness and energy in your being. And you'll rediscover the art of simply existing without all of the heavy burdens trying to measure up to impossible standards, trying to be like everyone else who we're just not that much like. I'm not saying that growth isn't worthwhile. Of course it is. Life itself is change. Allow this favorite self to constantly unfold, because you're never static. The beauty of that unfolding doesn't require you to reject who you are now. You are not incomplete in this moment. You're not some unfinished project. In fact, you are exactly what was meant to be happening at this particular moment in time. So be your favorite self. After all, life isn't a test you pass or fail. It's a dance that you get to perform. And the character you choose to be in this great cosmic drama, well, that's entirely up to you. So why not choose to be your favorite character? For when you do, you'll find that you are not only happier, but you are also more free. And in that freedom, life becomes what it was always meant to be. A grand, beautiful, and utterly delightful dance.